Welcome back to my Flosstube channel, MJ Stitches 23, about my cross stitch projects. Today is March 2nd, 2026. If you are new to my channel, I welcome you with open arms. However, I would caution against this being the first episode of mine for you to watch. It's going to be a tough one. To my Flosstube friends and viewers, sorry guys, I'm reading this to help me keep my emotions in check. I gave birth on Tuesday, February 24th, to our son, Kaladin DeFaccio, which is Cal for short, K-A-L. I was 24 weeks pregnant. He passed away 2 hours later. We are very grateful that we got to meet him. We are in a time of shock and heavy grieving. So I'm taking comfort in my home with my family, my husband, and with stitching. I do have a lot of stitching to show you on this episode, but I want you all to know where my head is at this time. So if you are still here, thank you. Like I said, I'm taking comfort in my stitching, and I do want to keep making these videos. So we are going to pivot and we're going to talk stitching. This might be a good episode for you to grab a piece that you have a strong emotional attachment with, and I will help you get some progress on it and keep you company as we get through this episode together. So stats, let's start with stats. I worked on 9 whips for February. 8 of them I've worked on since you guys have seen my last video. And I did get a finish, which is, we gotta find the positivity in this video, right? So I will be showing you that, which I'm very excited about. I stitched on... Yeah, sorry, I said that already. Okay, number of stitches. So I stitched 6,332 stitches for the month of February. So probably about 1,500 short of January. But still quite a bit of stitching. And I don't see those numbers dwindling anytime soon. So let's start with the finish, guys. Let's start with some little bit more cheer. So this one is Little Leaves by Krista West of Avlia. So here is what that looks like. And I was stitching this for my my tea party that I usually host in May, my high tea party. So here's our finish. I'm so excited. I'm very proud. I do plan to fully finish this in time for the tea party. I have to research how to do it because I want to make it look like this. But yeah, so I think since last time you guys saw, I put a lot of work in here, and I did all the stitching down there at the bottom. And again, this is the chart that I got from Acorns and Threads cross stitch retreat in September of last year. So this month I put in 1,601 stitches for my finish. There's a smile for you guys. Okay, the next, let's go with something easy. The next piece, since you've seen it last, I stitched 280 stitches on this. So same person, same company, Avlia's project bag. And so I just added in these, oops, where am I? This one and then part of this one here. I don't know if you want to call it cross stitch, but it's like type embroidery, but I am wanting to fill this in, so I'm using a variegated thread. First time I've stitched with one, and I'm just making this up as I go. So I will eventually fill in all the rest of this, and then, I don't know, I'm gonna start something else with some thread that I just randomly pick out. So this is kind of a fun, do as you want, don't follow a real specific pattern or color choice type stitching that I'm kind of enjoying. Okay, let's start with, where do I want to go next? Let's go over here. We're gonna pick up my Wizard sampler. This is the Harry Potter piece that I have been stitching for Kaladin's bedroom. It's already Harry Potter themed right now. It's a guest bedroom. So I feel okay continuing this piece for right now. Because it kind of has a dual, like now I can think of it as, okay, it's going into the guest room versus baby's room. So I worked on this for 3 days total this month for a total of 1,260 stitches. And I think I put in 1,000 stitches since you guys have seen it last. So this is what I did. So I was working on this section right in there. And that is going to be the Patronus that's in the woods. In one of the last books. I don't want to, I mean, hopefully you guys have all read the Harry Potter series, but anyway, that's where this scene comes from. So that's what that's going to turn out to be. And so I still think I want to stitch on this because I still think it's going to give me a lot of comfort. Okay, so we'll go back to talk about that one in a second, but that's my currently where I'm at. The next one, okay, so right as we're on with that, so you guys know I've been doing the Christmas tradition stocking. I haven't stitched on it since obviously since my last video. And it was going to be a stocking for, you know, baby's Christmas. And right now I have to put it away. It's not going to be quite a DNF. It's just going to be an indefinite pause. I don't want to throw it away. Both my mother-in-law and I've put stitches in it. I just need it to just disappear for a while. So it's going in the box. It's going in my big cross stitch box, and it's just going to be tucked away until I figure out what I want to do with it. And that might not be for a long time. So that one's going away. I'm sorry you guys won't see it anymore, but it's just too it's too emotional for me right now to figure out what I want to do. So after that, let's see, where am I going next? Oh, Stitch an Inch Fall. Okay, we pulled this one back out and did some more stitching on that. So Stitch an Inch, I worked for just an extra 209 stitches. I didn't think I was gonna pull this one out so soon, but it, you know, you can't predict things anymore. I don't know, just like life happens. It's whether you plan for it or you plan differently, like whatever's gonna happen, like sometimes there's just things happen. So here we go. This is where I've got to. So I did a lot of work here in the building, in the little house, and I put in at the start of this building. Got some more work done down in here. And it's super tiny stitches, but I'm really loving how that's gonna work. I did realize I don't have this color, this thread. It's from Weeks Dye Works, so that's going on my to be ordered list. So eventually I will get that, but for now I'm just working with what I have. Oh, what is it? It's Weeks Dye Works 2246, which is called Sunset. So that will be on a future purchase. Okay, next I needed some more comfort stitching. So I pulled out Indiana Dunes, which is one of my favorites right now, one of them. Indiana Dunes, I worked on 4 days of stitching for the month of February to put in a total of 933 stitches. Since you guys have seen it last, just a little more than 200 stitches. But yeah, I needed some comfort stitching. So this is what I pulled out, and I have now finished the sign and all of the bottom stitches. All that is finished. So now all I have left to do is the sign and the words. And I've decided I am going to change the words. It's going to say Michigan City and then underneath Indiana, because that's the town where the lake house was in. Very important piece for me. The pattern shows it says Indiana Dunes, but I'm going to figure out a way to rechart it. There's a program that Becca is Stitching talks about on her Flosstube, and she does a little, she has a side episode where she teaches you how to use this program. So I see that in my very near future to learn how to use that program and then kind of apply it for this sign to finish this up. This is going to be a finish in March. That is I'm gonna promise you guys it's going to happen. Like, I am determined to finish this in March. So that's what I need to do. I need to figure out the program. I need to rechart it, and then I will start with stitching the end of this. And I don't want to say hopefully. I really want this to happen. So this is going to happen by the end of March. So stay tuned, because it's going to be another finish, guys. So yes, very comforting, and I'm very looking forward to getting that piece finished. Or I don't know if I'm looking forward to getting it. I'm looking forward to having it be finished. And then fully finished, because this one will not be sitting in a pile of beautiful potential. This one will be in my home. Okay, so the other you guys, okay, the other thing I forgot to talk about in my last episode was Whip Warriors. Not Whip Warriors. It's my brain today, guys. I mean, it's gonna be probably like this for a little bit. WhipGo. I have totally forgotten to talk about the other game. It was WhipGo that I'm playing. So for WhipGo, one of the spaces that was called for the month of February was backstitch, which I will show you that here in a minute. But because we're just talking about the pieces so far, I'm going to show you what I did. So I had to get in 2 days of backstitch on this. And again, it's fair warning, it's kind of a mess because I'm stitching this for the Great British Baking Show. So I haven't watched another episode yet, but I did, for that challenge, decide to backstitch this piece or motif of the mixing bowl and the motif of the pie on the scale. I have varying thoughts about this. So here's up close what it looks like. And I did it with a light, I say a light, it's not a light gray. It's a gray. That's what it calls for. I don't know if I think it needs to be darker. I don't know. I just not really feeling this backstitch effort. Like, you can hardly tell here with the scale, like the scales. And when you look at the main picture on the chart, see how much crisper it looks here and here. And I know that the colors are different, but I'm not feeling it, guys. I just think it needs to be darker. So I think I did the backstitch for WhipGo. I crossed it off, gave myself a sticker, which I'll show you here in a minute. But, I'm not really happy with it. So I will keep stitching. I'm gonna watch another episode and keep stitching the motifs. I just think at the end I'm gonna have to like redo those, or maybe I'll just stitch another color over it. I might try to stitch the apron a darker and see how that turns out, if I like that better, and then mess with the colors for those other two. Anyway, so they're technically, those two motifs are technically done, but I'm not satisfied. So that's still kind of in progress. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is Bluebird. Sorry, I know I'm sighing, guys. I'm just trying to reel it in here. Okay, and I think I'm sighing for this piece because I'm just not really quite sure what to do with it. I don't know. It could be I'm just having kind of a mini crisis here with all of my pieces. So things might change over the next few episodes. But I did make a lot of stitches on this one. This is Bluebird Nest. I think I finished, since you've seen it, yeah, 653 stitches. So here is where we got to. This is in a Just Cross Stitch magazine of spring version. I think it was 2020. Oh yeah, if you're wondering about all the fabrics and the artists again, you guys, I know, I forgot again. I've said them on my previous episodes though, so if you've been watching, you will know. But yeah, so this is a stitch on Ada that I did hand dye in my garden. It's a light blue. You can't really tell too much on camera, but I picked different flosses for this. I talk about that in another one of my episodes, instead of the DMC. And it's really interesting because these are turning out much more vibrant than I expected. And I just don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But I like the progress I've gotten done on the tail. I've gotten his feet done, or her, sorry, her, I don't know why I said his, it's her, it's a mom. The feet done and the little baby's beak, and then a bunch of these flowers. The next, I don't know, this one's gonna take a break. This one's gonna take a break, guys. First of all, I still need thread 311, which I just can't find right now in my local shop. So that might be something else I put into that purchase list. But you know, the picture has a mama bird and a baby bird, and I just, right now, I'm sad. And so this one kind of tugs at my heartstrings a bit. And it's also kind of annoying me because of the floss the color that I don't have that I kind of want to use next. So I just, right now, it's going to also be on a break. Probably not as long as a break as the stocking, but I think I'm going to put it away for the month of March. So I'm sorry if that was one of your favorites, but I just gotta break from it. Okay, last piece I have to talk to you about before we get into plans. You guys, I spent a lot of time on plans for the month of March because that just gave me comfort. So this one kind of goes into March plans because I've already started one of the games for March with it yesterday. And so it's my Rivendell piece, Rivendell Sunrise. I stitched on this for 4 days for a total of 685 stitches. And yesterday I also stitched on it for an additional 400 stitches. So you're now gonna see quite a bit of progress on this from the last time that you've seen it. So here we are, and most of the work I've done is down here. One of the, I just really like how this is turning out. And now you can start to see some of the different colors. So right now, these all look the same, but they're not. This is a color, this is a blended thread. This is a color blended thread and another blended thread. And a lot of these blended threads look the same. So in Pattern Keeper, I'm making sure that I mark what they are, so I don't lose track of which blended thread belongs to which symbol. For the month, so now I'll kind of switch to plans. So I'm talking about this for the month of March. Whip Warriors is main focus is on full coverage pieces. So this one will be getting a lot of work this month. So will my Harry Potter piece, my wizard sampler. And then the other piece that might get some attention, this is stitching it. What is this one again? You guys, I don't know, oh my God. Stitch an Inch Fall. It's the fall of Stitch an Inch, yeah. Because that's also a full coverage piece. So, this is probably going to be my main project for that group this month. This one is for the bonus challenge. So every week they have a bonus challenge. And for this first week of March, you have to stitch 5 complete blocks. So 500 stitches, right, of 10 by 10 blocks. And it has to be a fully start. So like I couldn't start like on this block because I already have some stitches in it. So this was one block I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've stitched all these. And no, it's not the same color. It's a lot of these blended threads, I promise, guys. It's a little more difficult. I don't know if you can kind of see the light. Anyway, so working on my way down a little bit. It's easier stitching than trying to do a whole bunch of confetti here, which is good because I'm making quicker progress. So I like that this is all coming into view. And then I should be able to finish another, I'm planning on finishing my next block I'm going to do right here. This is another 100 stitches block, so that'll be done for the challenge for this week. And then I will move to my Harry Potter piece to start doing some, getting some stitches to that full coverage. So that is what I have for you for stitching. So now for plans, so we talked about the Lion versus Lamb challenge. That is the full coverage monthly challenge that I'm doing in Whip Warriors. Whip Warriors is also doing a March Stitch and Seek, which is something that I did back in February, where you have words and then you find them either in your pieces or in real life and take a picture of your whip with it. And then we have my WhipGo. Oh my gosh, WhipGo. We're going to talk about WhipGo because I keep skipping that. Where is my WhipGo piece? Or not piece, my WhipGo board. Want to see my stickers, guys? So this is now sticker time. Okay, so WhipGo, we talked about January already. So February was, the numbers 5 and 22 were called. No, yes, and 22 was backstitching, which I showed you that was on secret ingredients. So I did 2 days of backstitching, even though I didn't like it, so I still gave myself a sticker. Probably gonna have to pick something else to redo that, but. And then the other one that was called was number 5, which I have is like a seasonal whip. And I used Bluebird Nest, and I got 2 days in for February because that, to me, that's like a March, it's a seasonal, it's a spring piece. But now it has some other connotations in my brain, so I just have to pause that. But I did, I did some good effort on there. So now for March, numbers 3 and 4 were called. So number 4 is closest to a finish, which is going to be my Indiana Dunes piece, right? I told you guys, it says I'm going to stitch on this for 2 days, which I probably will, because I think I've got, I should have checked to see, I'm at 80-something% on that. 1,000 stitches left. So yeah, that might at least take me 2 days to finish that after charting. So this one will definitely get 2 days because I want to finish it in March. The blue floss one, I'm not sure yet which whip I'm going to choose for that, but I need 2 days to stitch on something that has blue floss. So you will be seeing that. And then after March, I will only have 1 more square for my first bingo, which is full coverage, which is funny because I'm working on a bunch of full coverage pieces this month anyway. So we'll see when that one gets called. Number 1. My stickers, my virtual threads for Whip Warriors. So we've talked about January's. So for February's, what have we now? I participated in a Lonely Hearts challenge, and I received 2 threads for my stitching on that and a bonus pink button for the story that goes, I mean, well, I think you guys mostly know, but it was basically for this piece, for baby. We knew that baby was gonna have some complications. And, you know, now he's been born and he's passed, and we got to meet him. So anyway, we've talked about that. Okay, focus, Megan. So Stitch and Seek was another one that I'm waiting for them to grade, and so hopefully I will get my four stickers and a button for that one. And then I think you get a thread when you have a finish for the month. So I finished my little leaves and I posted it to the finish page. So we'll see if that's just, I don't know if that's a brag page or if you get a thread for that. I can't remember. I think you get a thread, like a sticker, well, or so I can give myself a sticker. If not, I'm gonna give myself a sticker anyway because I'm very proud of my finish. Okay, so that's my sticker page so far. So let's talk about now Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge. That's the other group that I am participating in. This was my February sheet. So the theme was folklore. So I spent 3 days here on Rivendell. And then the acrostic was Kaski, which is it's the Ukrainian word. I think it's for folklore, right? And so the little leaves, look, I worked on this for 8 days and got my finish. Wizard Sampler, 3 days. My Zen for my Bluebird Nest, 2 days. The Project Bag, 2 days. And my Indiana Dunes, 2 days. Didn't I? 1, 2, oops, 3, 4. I must have forgotten to update. 4. I'll fix that right now. 4 days. Bluebird Nest was 2. Did I get everything else correct? Rivendell, 4. Gosh. Wonder why I'm behind. Wizard, yeah. Okay, so that kind of updates that. So now for March, we have another one. And you guys, March is my birthday month. So I have some more fun options for March. Here are my, so we'll talk about this side first. Okay, so for March, the theme is dreaming, which I'm going to use the piece Rivendell for, because if you guys have read Lord of the Rings, I'm remembering when Frodo woke up in his bed and he was recovering from the Morgul blade from the Witch King, that wound. And, you know, if you're sleeping, then, you know, you're kind of dreaming. And so he's healing and recovery. And that's how I feel I am right now. I'm trying to heal. I'm in recovery. So that's my theme for my own month, let alone the theme for March. So that kind of resonated with me. So that's why I picked that one for the theme. For the acrostic is Quaker. Carolyn, if you're watching this, or Robin, I don't remember why Quaker, or what Quaker has to do with dreaming. Is there I feel like these always go together, and I don't know what it is. I guess I should text you guys and ask, but anyway. So the acrostic's Quaker. So for Q, I put Quidditch, which is, you know, my Harry Potter for the Wizard Sampler. So this is gonna be how many days that I stitch on it. For U, I have Indiana Dunes, which was by Unique Cross Stitch on Etsy, and my goal is to finish that one. For A is Ada, which is also the Wizard Sampler. So I need, because this is one of my full coverage pieces, which will also double dip with Whip Warriors, I want to stitch 1,000 stitches on this at least for the month of March. K, kind. Okay, you guys, anyone remember my little motto that I'm always telling everybody is be kind to yourself? And I need that right now more than ever. I need to be kind to myself. So I'm doing Indiana Dunes. So this is, because that's a piece I want to do. And this is how many days that I will be working on that until it gets to a finish. E is for elves, so that's back to Rivendell again. So for week 1, I need to do 500 stitches. We've talked about this. I've done 400 already, so that is close to getting a check mark. And then Rivendell I think I'm going to use this for another challenge, like week 2 or week 3 or week 4, whatever that is for a full coverage challenge in Whip Warriors. So whatever that challenge is will go here. And then when I finish that, that will have a check mark, because this one is already for how many days I'm stitching on it. This one's going to be for that 2nd, 3rd, or 4th challenge. Okay, so that's my regular plans for March. Then March is also my birthday month, so Carolyn and Robin have given us a bonus chart to fill out if we would like, which I would love to do. So this one, oh, and I also always love, because this is a magazine group, this is how it originally started, I love always putting a magazine piece in here. Yep, totally forgot to do it for this one, so I put it in here, which the acrostic is Zodiac, theme is stars. I might have a new start for this. I don't know yet. I'm looking through a lot of my, I pulled out, you guys, for March, I've pulled out my bins, looking through a lot of my cross stitch projects that I have to start. And I'm just feeling like I might need to start some new projects just think that's where my mental capacity is right now. Z, I've got for Zen again, because again, this is a month that I need Zen in my life. So I've got Nature's Journey for that one. So these are things, extra things other than my challenges that I want to stitch. So I'm still working on Nature's Journey. I'm currently in the summer section of that. So that will be getting some work. Not sure what O or D are going to be. I is going to be for, oh yeah, iron. So we'll talk about that one in a minute in Cut, Press, Sew. So this project goes with Jason X Stitches Stitching Connection. I've been mailed my new piece. I'll show it to you in a second. We'll talk about that in a second. A is going to be for Asteria Avlia. I forgot to pull it out to show you guys, but you've seen it before if you've watched my episodes. This is my birthday start that I'm starting with Carolyn. It's Zook Stitch. She's doing some extra things for her birthday start, some extra options for her birthday start, but this is what I'm doing for my birthday start, and she's joining me because our birthdays are only one day apart. Mine's on the 21st and hers is on the 22nd. So if you want to join us, pick it up an Avlia piece. Could be this one, could be anyone, to stitch with us. I think Carolyn has said that, yeah, anytime in March, it's really low key. You can start stitching on it. Because of everything I've been through, I probably won't start stitching on it until my birthday. I think I want this to be an official birthday start. So this one will be started for me on the 21st. So anytime, if you guys want to pre-start, get a little ahead, great. And if you want to wait and do it either on the 21st or 22nd, you can do that. Krista, I know she's the designer of this. Her birthday is also in March. Is it the 30th? Don't quote me on that. My brain is so scrambled right now. I don't know. So it's kind of cool that we're doing it all as a birthday start on her piece. C is going to be for Japanese Teapot, which is by Cross My Heart. And, you know, I want to start making good progress on the teapot, so that would be really cool to get that done by May or April, when I do my, probably May, when I do my teapot party, my high tea party. So yeah, so that's kind of the plans that I have for March. Like I said, you might be seeing a couple new starts. I've already kind of told you about some of the things that I'm not so longer able to stitch on as of right now. But I am looking through my bin to see kind of what else they want to start. The last thing I will talk about is my Stitching Connection piece that got shipped to me, so it is now my turn. This is one of the pieces that someone in my group chose that everyone's doing a little portion of. So I'm going to show where this one is. So here it is. So someone has done the cut piece, the sew piece. This one, I think when she gets it back, she's going to finish her section. That's the quilt piece. And so I am going to do the press, which is going to be the iron, which is why that's I for iron in my Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch challenge. So here again is what that piece kind of looks like. So that's going to be my box, and then I'll probably do a few bobbins. So you will be seeing some progress on that this month as well, so that I can get my portion finished and then shipped out to let it continue. Or yeah, I say getting close to ending its journey. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be my March. I've got a birthday start coming up. I have full coverage focus for Whip Warriors. I have the plans I just shared with you for my monthly magazine cross-stitch challenge. I have my WhipGo pieces, and then my stitching connection piece. And then probably some new starts. Did I just say new starts? I probably did. Well, you get to hear it again. Okay. Hopefully I've kept you company while you've been doing your stitching. Thanks for still watching, if you're here. Normally I'm a bit more peppy. Hoping to get back to that point, you guys. I'm not sure when that, I don't know. We'll just, we'll see how all this goes. But I know that stitching has been a really good thing for me throughout this process, especially, you know, the IVF process and then pregnancy, and it's gonna help me get through grief too, joy and grief and all of this, and the community that we have here is very special, and I'm so grateful that I have found you guys, found cross stitching, found a lot of my fellow floss tubers, and met so many wonderful stitching companions, and for that I'm very, very grateful. Be kind to yourself, because we are all struggling in this world, and we all need some kindness, and we're all trying the best we can, and you have to also show yourself some of that kindness too, because you deserve it. That's all for now. I expect to see you next week. Hopefully a little more put together than this, but no promises. All right, guys.